All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome back to Football United TV. This is Gunners from All Corners, the show where we say Arsenal in multiple different accents. Well, it's a small panel thus far, but the panelists are big. Got my man Caio from São Paulo. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine, thanks. Happy to be here again. Let's
All right.
talk about Arsenal.
Yes. Welcome back, man. And Steven back home, mate. How are you?
I'm alright, I'm back home, but I feel like Arteta shot me in the groin.
All right, man. I think Vivian's going to be joining us very soon, but let's get this started, right? Like I'm going to try to finally stay within the hour. So just very shortly, I want to get you guys' thoughts because we haven't spoken since the NLD. So what do you guys make of that performance? Let's start with Caio. What do you make of that game?
Yeah, I think that the team played very well. Of course, as Stephen will say, Tottenham are shite, so it's not that amazing in perspective, but it's always good to have a good day as Arsenal fan, good Sunday as Arsenal fan, and drag them through the mud. So very happy to see Aubameyang score a goal again.
Yeah.
That these are my thoughts. Very happy overall.
Right. Hey Viv, I think is there any sound like close to you? Because I think
Yes, I'm at a party. That's why I think I've lost my voice.
how are you, my friend? Welcome back.
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm at a party and it's Friday night and it's hard to manage. My voice is gone
Don't apologize
completely.
for that, please, please. Well, let's get you started with your impression from that game. I wanna start by asking, like, is there a limit on the black magic that you can do for Arsenal this season? Because it worked against Tottenham.
I'm
So
happy.
can
I'm happy I could be of help. I'm happy I could be of help, and I will try and hope it works against Brighton this weekend. Hopefully, we have a good game. But overall, I think the energy in the team is it's good. Where for the first time this season, I think Arsenal fans actually have a hope. We see our chances against Brighton. Like I'm actually confident going into the game that we might get something because with the vibe after winning the derby last week, I couldn't stop smiling all week. And then I've been watching our games on repeat, and I'm just so I think the spirit this week is good, and I'm hopeful we'll get something from Brighton. If not a win, then hopefully a draw. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a win.
all right, all right. Steven, you got the prediction spot on. Yeah. What'd you make of the game, man?
I told you, like, what do we all think of Tottenham? I told you, right? Like, this lot, like, they love to, what was it after 3 games? Top of the league, we're bottom of the league, right? In the mud, yeah, right? Now, where are you? Oh, yeah, we're 1 goal ahead of you. Like, how's your conference league going? It ain't going too well over there, is it? No, it's not. Like, I mean, like, you can beat 5-1 against, like, no one, but, like, you turn up against the Emirates. Did you actually turn up? Oh, no, you disappeared after 35 minutes, didn't you? Like, I saw you walking out. Like, half their fans are walking out after 35 minutes. It's a glorious sight, man. It's a glorious sight. seeing those red seats completely empty, like the vacate area of the away stand. Love it. Love it. I love it. And yeah, that I mean, like spending night in hospital, you watch Hamilton win, you watch Arsenal win, you watch them beat the crap out of Spurs. Right? Like,
Good
I mean,
fix.
you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, like that at least got me some of the painkillers that I needed. Right. But then again, no doubt I've already seen it on Twitter this week. Right. So I'm like, oh my god, I was too ready to judge. Even though it's been one game, one performance, and it's now I've turned the corner. So I just want to see that it's great to see it. Now go and do it every goddamn week. That's what I keep saying. Prove me wrong and do it every week. Then I'll change my mind.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Before we get to the next thing, big up, talking you, Static. Welcome back, man. Always good to have your support. Solo, legend, Cuz. Hope you can join at some point. Big up, Cuz. What a performance in that derby. Was so happy. Yeah, I think
I
most
consider it
Arsenal fans were
actually.
quite joyful. Well, with the exception of the bunch that were rooting for us to lose, right? So that Arteta lost his job.
Oh,
Um,
anyone that was rooting for us to lose so that Arteta like can get lost, right? You know, Arsenal fan.
well, didn't work
Look,
out
you
in
beat
their
Spurs.
favor, right?
Yeah,
7
you beat
people
Spurs.
watching right now, by the way. So share, subscribe, like, do whatever you can. I thank you for that. All right, guys, let's get to the second topic here. Um, Arteta is actually a candidate for manager of the month, right? So yeah, he is. He is. So I wanna get you guys' thoughts on September as a like in general, right? Right, like as a Arsenal as a team. How did they do this month? Okay, you guys are. I'm gonna start with Caillou because I don't want to start in a negative way because you guys are ironically laughing at me already.
No, I couldn't help myself.
All right, Caillou, go ahead.
Yeah, we were here 4 weeks ago, and before this run of games, we were debating about how many points Arsenal needed to do from 15 from the next 5 games.
Yep.
Those were Norwich, Burnley, Tottenham, Brighton, and Palace. And I said that we needed to do 15 points. There was no excuse anymore to not perform and reach our goals, because even though we are still far from the top 4 teams, we need to compete for fifth place. That's always my speech. So of course, up until now, I think that we are doing the things we need to do. But even though we did not perform as well against Burnley and Norwich as we did against Tottenham, but I think that we still have to win these 2 next games, because I don't think so much about September as a month, but it's more about the 5 games that we needed to win, the 15 points we needed to do. And I don't remember exactly who said that. Oh, okay, 15 points. That's the goal, but it's difficult to reach. Well, we lost the first 3 games, but we have our full team now. We need to do these 15 points. That's what we need to do. So even I am Arteta in, everybody knows that, but I will not close my eyes for the goals that we need to reach. So of course, good month, but there's still work to be done.
All right, beautiful, man, beautiful. Some positivity. Steven, ruin that for us, please.
Kind honestly, who I don't know who puts the people up, like the managers up for nomination for manager of the month, but do they need testing for drugs? Honest to God, like honestly, do they need
It's a
testing for
little
drugs?
much.
I mean, honestly, like, all right, he's won 3 games in this month. That's great, right? But you're playing Norwich, who, like, to be honest, could have quite easily either drew the game or won the game themselves. To be honest, in that game, Burnley again, we rode our luck and didn't really look very convincing in that game, which is why we didn't have very much confidence towards the North London derby. And numerous fans saying we'll draw the game. Even that. That's even me when I started coming out saying like we're going to beat them for 3-1. Even I'm thinking like I'm putting myself on the line here. I'm going to look like a right idiot. But like this we've had one great performance.
Yeah.
And it's like I say again, we've had one great performance, but the other wins, we've not played well. We've really rode our luck in those games, and there's a lot of things that are still not right with this club, right? And there's still a lot of things that he's saying that just don't fit. Last press conference I've heard is that like he's saying that we're still in a crisis or something like that, and I'm like, well why are we still? You should be out of the crisis. If he's supposed to be managing this, if he's supposed to be nominated as manager of the month, Arsenal shouldn't be in a crisis at that month, right? Well, we shouldn't be coming out and saying that we are. So, yeah, it just doesn't. If he does this 5 weeks in a row and we're smashing teams left, right, and centre, like especially like with the likes of Graham Potter there, which I don't think he'll do, then I'll say, yeah, okay, he's actually done well. But then you've got to do it throughout 38 games. It's all right doing it in one odd game against Spurs, right? But I'm fed up with hearing, oh, we beat Spurs with the home and away. Or we, like last season, all I heard was, oh, we beat Chelsea the home and away, and they won the Champions League. Well, what did we get? We got knocked out of Europe. So it didn't do anything, did it? So these 1 or 2 performances are great. It's just we need to make it every week so it actually gives us a reward, which is Europe, which is supposed to be the target. Well, it's supposed to be the target, but we don't have a target, apparently.
Right. Well, all of that's fair, and I want to touch on something really quickly. Like people talk about the press conferences a little too much, and
I don't usually listen to it.
I feel a little bit for Arteta because he can't really win, in those. Because you just complained that he said he's still in crisis. Because think about it, we're in 10th. A manager should not be happy with that right now. I know we've been winning our games, but like technically, yeah, that's still crisis mode. We're in the middle of the table, dude. We're Arsenal.
I feel
And
it's just
if he said that
Mm.
everything's okay, that everything's wonderful now, people would freak out as well. So I don't know. I just feel like people should
The
pay
only thing I
attention.
see with the problem with Arteta, the only thing
Go
you haven't
ahead.
seen with Arteta in a press conference is that it just seems to be. It doesn't seem to like, even that like we can see Arsenal not in the right place right now. It doesn't seem to me like he's that guy that is like you can get behind what he's saying and rally around him and he will lead you forward. It's more like he's frantically asking questions just to try and please everyone and not really trying to say, no, this is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do to address the issue. And this is how we're going to move forward. And it just doesn't seem to be very convincing in his answers at all, which is why it gets a lot of people like questioning what is he actually know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I just feel like if people should pay a little less attention to what he's saying. Vivian, do you have anything to add to that negativity there about September?
You're twat.
Viv? Well, I think the connection's not too great.
Yeah.
You with us, buddy? Okay. Right. I don't think she's coming back like right now. So I'm gonna move on. I have an interesting thing. I don't think we've ever done this on this show before. She looks like she's interacting with us, but is her voice gonna come like 5 minutes later? She's muted though. Okay. Anyway, Arsenal's player of the month.
Oh, there's only one candidate.
Oh, okay, I'll get to that. I want to talk about the candidates though, because I feel like 6 players played quite well this month.
Okay.
Those are Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Partey, Saka, and
I think you
Yesar.
say Gabriel.
Saka, maybe not as frequently as the others, but I'd say that's probably the top 5.
Hmm.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know. All of them. This lot played well. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Caio, who's your player of the month? Who are the best performances of the month?
Well, I think that Party is the player of the month and the player of the season already because we did not have him for some games, and he's the total enabler of our team with different quality from the other players, different seniority from the other players.
Yeah,
I think that
Hmm.
we play much bigger team football with him. So I would say Partey, but also Tomiyasu maybe because he's also kind of an enabler,
yeah,
even more so with Ben White as his side partner in the defensive line. And third place, I would say Ramsdale, but maybe because he's such a character. But I would say Partey as the most important player and also the player of the month because we he only played like 30 minutes in the first win against Norwich, and the game was totally different with him.
yeah.
So he was the one who made the pass to Saka, and then Saka passed to Pepe. Pepe hit the post, and Aubameyang with the goal. So the game changed after he was subbed in.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I think I'd probably agree. I mean, that's the top 3 for sure. It's tough to. I think Steven's gonna say Tomiyasu just because of the way he,
Oh,
you
mate,
know.
the guy comes in and proves you don't need a preseason. The guy comes in and proves he doesn't need preseason. He just gets airlifted in like at the beginning of the month, right? Gives what about 2 weeks of training, I think, of international break or what was left of the window, straight in, right? And we're in the middle of a crisis at the bottom of the league. Completely shuts down our right hand side.
Yeah,
Right? Have you ever seen anyone try and threaten our right hand side since? No. Son couldn't even do it. Right? At the end of like the game on Sunday, what he did is he went home, he pulled out his wallet, he pulled out his keys, he pulled out his mobile phone, he's pulled out his credit cards, then he's found then he's found Son at the back right at the bottom of his pocket. Right? And that's what he's done to every single winner, every O'Neill as well. And telling you, the guy is, and the fact that he was even scouted by Tottenham makes it even more fucking satisfying. The fact that Tottenham scouted him for us, thanks. Bit like another defender you let us have. Did he win a double the season after? Oh yeah, that's. I'll leave you that one to guess who that one is. But yeah, Tomiyasu for me, like the Japanese wonder kid is what I'm calling him.
all right. But you agree with Caio and
The
myself
Japanese
actually
samurai,
that.
the right back samurai. That's what I'm calling him.
But you agree with our statement that Ramsdale and Partey are the other two
Yeah,
that could.
yeah. Ramsdale for me, like the amount of criticism, the amount of stick this guy is getting. People are even giving him stick, though he's become an Arsenal player, and it's like, well, it's not his fault, is it? He's getting offer, he's going to go, isn't he? Right, and like, well, you give him a chance. Like, you can't just have a go at him for he's not even done anything. Right?
Yeah,
And the guy's come in, and he's just like, yeah, Leno, sit down, shut up, get out of the way. Right? You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's conceded 1 goal. Leno's conceded 9.
Yeah,
It says it all, doesn't it? So there we are.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and obviously Partey, we all know The reason I didn't say Partey is because I know Partey, once he's fit and he's in that midfield, he'll run the show, even if he's got that donkey called Xhaka next to him. Like, which, to be honest, even I was on the weekend thinking, Xhaka, like, did you take something illegal whilst you were on your red card ban? Like, honestly, he actually made use of that time off.
All right, man. All right. I want to like tell me, Asu. I know you're saying that it proves that players don't need a preseason, but dude, like his
Who's Arteta doesn't
adaptation,
need one.
like it's miraculous how quickly he adapted to the team. It's miraculous. Like I've never seen
It
anything like
is.
it
He just
before.
fit in like a glove, and
It's
everyone's giving him.
incredible.
And people like saying, "No, we didn't want him. Oh, like he wasn't good. He wasn't going to be good enough." Well, that's because you never watched him, and I never made a judgment because I never watched him. So I just like, okay, see what you do, and then like, and everyone sit there and moan about it, but then they're like, well, would you play better in there? No. Would you play Cedric there? No. Would you play James there? No. So what are you moaning about then? Like,
Need someone. All
there you
right,
go.
Viv, are you back?
And so that's
Viv, you there? Okay, yeah, like we're having some connection problems with Vivian, unfortunately. She's at a party. It's Friday night. It makes sense.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
My network is bad. Can you see me? I'm
Yeah, I
having
can see you
network
as
issues.
well.
This location is quite bad.
Okay.
It's Friday night. Yeah, I think it's better now.
All right. Then I want to ask this quickly then while we have connection. Who are your players of the month and your main like player of the month?
Um, I'd have to go with Tomiyasu. And Saka he didn't have a consistent month. He
Yeah.
was very okay against Spurs, but he had really terrible games against I think it was Norwich, and yeah, he was totally out of form. But Tomiyasu has been good, and then I think Ramsdale coming in at the back has really boosted the team because he's had less errors, and the fact that he looks more solid between the sticks. I don't know why, if it's I don't know, but I kind of feel really when I see his name on the team sheet as against Leno. Nothing against Leno. Leno has been really awesome, but for some reason I'm more confident with Ramsdale at the post, and then yeah, has been awesome. But I would pick Tomiyasu over Patsy, and Saka had a wonderful game against Spurs. Aside from some few errors, he was good, and I'm a bit worried that he's out injured. And it seems like old spirits, like the ghost of Arsenal season back, is back to haunt us because we are practically one party injury away from a crisis.
Yeah, that's
As,
And
very
then
true. Yeah, that's
as
very
someone
true.
very, very liberally put, the only thing that was ever going to be white in North London is Ben White.
That's a
Right.
good one.
So,
I like that.
right, North London is red and always will be red. Right. So get in your lane, sit in your caves and shut up. Right. Right. And come back next time when we beat you again.
All right, guys, let's move on from the past and think about the future a little bit. I'm gonna start with
Yes.
Vivian because I don't know how long she has here. So I'm gonna get you started. What's your it should be preview. I apologize for that. It's missing a P. The game hasn't happened
You
yet.
fucking.
But what are your thoughts for
You
this
can't
game?
help
What are
it.
you?
But English is not his first language. Yeah,
It's my third one, but I do an all right job most times. What's
yeah, right.
what's
You
your
call
what's
Norwich
your view on
Norwich.
that? Are you optimistic? How are you feeling? Brighton's been playing all right. Go ahead if you're still with us. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna pass the question to Caio then.
I'm still but it's just
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
So preview for Brighton and Arsenal. Is that
Yeah,
it?
let me fix that. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think that now that Shaka is gone, for the joy of Steven, I think that we will go again.
yay.
We'll go back to the kind of 4-3-3, 4-1-4-1 with Partey, Odegaard,
What?
and ESR
What I
as
don't get is
the.
why don't sorry, I'm sorry to cut in there. It's just like why can't you play Partey Lokonga? Lokonga's proved himself next to Partey quite easily. So I don't see why you can't play a 4-2-3-1 with Lokonga there. I just don't see it. And
No,
Edu said he was Lokonga was there to help them, so that's his chance.
yeah,
Surely.
we can do it, but I think that
It just suits
cons-
our style with then also the players we've got, especially with Smith Rowe and Odegaard.
kind of, but I think that considering the way Brighton play, the 3-4-3, if we go with the 4-1-4-1, and also considering the work rates of Odegaard and ESR, who are literally horses in the pitch,
Yeah.
I think that we will be better blocking the space, the central corridors space.
It's just when I see that
So Brighton would not have an easy job accessing the three forwards, Maupay, Trossard, and Welbeck. Or
yeah, it's just
who
when I
plays.
seen that when I last saw that 4-1-4-1, Partey, I felt for me was struggling to be that single DM, and Odegaard and Smith Rowe looked a little bit out of place for me. That's why I would rather have had Lokonga their partner in Partey. So, like, because Lokonga I think is a good enough workhorse anyway for me, and Odegaard would also get like either Smith or Odegaard to get the play in the attacking role, and one of them gets to be rested. Because in the end, one of them is supposed to help the other in that position. Because like otherwise, they both get burnt out. That's just for me. But
All right. So Caio, you would replace Xhaka with Pepe then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
put it like that.
Yeah. All
not
right.
not that
Steve,
Pepe would play in the double pivot. No, but
yeah, no, just in the starting team.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Steven, so it seems that you would replace him with Lakonga, but
I would,
would you change anything up top?
what I would do is I would play Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey Lokonga. Then the three would be for me. I'd actually give Saka a rest. I try and play
Okay.
Pepe on. I try and play Pepe on the right this time,
All right.
and play Martinelli on the left, and play
Okay.
Odegaard or Smith Rowe in the middle, and then Oba up top. Just something
That's
different.
12 players.
Because
I think that's 12 players.
no, because I said Odegaard or Smith Rowe, either one of them.
Or okay, either
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because like I'm saying, it's because I think Saka, the reason he's dipping in performances, he has not had a rest at all.
Okay.
He's never had a rest, so he needs a rest. I'd like to see him get a rest.
Yeah, I mean he's had a full week, right? Like we didn't play in the middle of the week, so players should be fine.
I get that, but it's like he's not even after the Euros, he didn't really get. He was straight into preseason, so I'd rather him just get like a couple of weeks just to recharge his batteries.
Mm-hmm. You know, something really. I think a lot of people would agree with a part of your lineup. But one really good thing that happened, that got concrete in September. Like we know our back four. Like no one's in doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like we know what our starting back four is. That happened.
And plus, we
September,
still need that relationship with Bill. Because I still feel at times, as much as, to be honest, actually, as much as we're saying that's our strongest lineup, when I'm watching Ben White at times, I am still thinking, "Oh my god!" Even in the top game, I'm like that. What are you doing? It's like it did feel like David Luiz at times. And I'm thinking, what are you doing?
we did best player of the month, but worst player of the month might have been him. Might have been him. Like of the players that played
Yeah,
enough minutes, he was probably the
he
worst
was.
performing player. Would you
I mean,
agree with that,
Burnley.
Kyle?
He nearly put Ramsdale with a penalty because
Yeah,
of his back pass.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think so because I can't see any other player having a shout in this showdown.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's
but
my point exactly. Like we've been
and
playing okay. So
it's not like
Xhaka count. Oh
I
wait, no,
would.
that was in August, wasn't it?
It's not like I would not use the 4-2-3-1. Actually, I love the 4-2-3-1, but
Mm.
I think that specifically this game, I think that he will go again with the 4-1-4-1. Um, Maybe we can even close the game with the 4-2-3-1 because after 60, 70 minutes, maybe Saka and Smith Rowe will be tired, and it's wise to use Lokonga, to use Maitland Niles, to give a rest to Partey, and it's smart rotation to use Maitland Niles and Lokonga to finish off the games because they are also they have mobility, they can chase, they can go in the air, so it's good to finish the games with them.
all right, so guys, Caillou hasn't only given you his starting lineup, he said what subs are gonna happen in the game as well. Like he went far. I wanna
Yeah,
know because you said Maitland Niles and Lakonga. I want to know who the other player is that's coming in. Is it Martinelli for one of the attacking players?
It depends if we will go with the 4-1-4-1 or the 4-2-3-1. But
No, I'm talking
if
about your four
if
one four one.
yeah, let me think. I would say that the third player could be one of two. Maybe Tavares in replacement of Tierney, or
Okay.
Martinelli in replacing, I don't know, maybe Pepe, and
Yeah,
then
one of the
I don't
wingers.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Miss Mel, good to have you back. I hope you're doing all right. I heard that you're.
Mel, I hope you're okay. I hope
Yeah, I
you're
hope you're
okay.
okay. I miss you,
Uh,
buddy. Hope you're all right.
I
Yeah.
retweeted that. Yeah,
You're
I hope
always
you're alright.
you're always welcome here. Right, guys. Well, it's a shame that Vivian's connection's not helpful right now. But Steven, do you have anything to add to that? Do you know where your subs are gonna be?
No, I ain't thought that far ahead to be honest.
Okay, yeah. See, Caio's special. It's just
Yeah, if I had more time, then I would have. But I would, if I was looking at anything, I would say that we would keep. I would keep my attacking options open for that game against Bayern because I don't think it's going to be like one of those where we're going to be 2-0 up and we're going to be cruising by the 70th minute. It's going to be one goal in it either way. To be honest, it's going to be a really tough game.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's away. It's away fans. Brighton on form. Brighton got a good manager with a good system. Like they're not going to make it easy. And like I said, it is depending on if they play Basuma. If Basuma's there, that is the battle to watch. Party and Basuma. Like
Yeah, those are
and
good.
yeah, so
Good
yeah,
to
it's like I agree with Anthony. You could go 2-1 either way. Either way.
right? I I think Caio said this actually before the stream started, but Brighton's always dangerous, right? Like last season, we beat them for the first time in a while. Like they've been tough for us to beat lately.
We did the
But
double
That's
against them last
last
season.
season, yeah, see, there you
Yeah.
go. Last season,
that's the
like we
thing.
broke their
They're
spell that game.
always the thing is with Brighton is that as much as like as much as they create chances, they're always
Mhm.
difficult to beat. If they can't score goals, you know you can't score many against them. They
Yeah.
are tough to beat. And the thing is that it's like when I had my preview earlier, like yesterday, I was speaking with a Bayern fan that was on
Mhm.
there, and he said is like it was the funny thing is that the Lewis Dunk is the one that does that defense. He commands that defense, and the other two just come around him, Veltman, and they've adjusted it to a back three because they got rid of Ben White. So they didn't actually brought a player in; they just adjusted the system.
Okay.
So, which just shows that they didn't really need him in the first place. Which shows we got the wrong guy. To be honest, if I would have rather taken Lewis Dunk to be next to Gabriel.
I think
I
that's
think
that's too heavy of a defensive partnership.
No, I don't think it is, because we've had heavy defenses like that before, and Dunk's more of a leader in a sense to me.
Times have changed. Nowadays, you have like a ball playing center back. You have someone that's a little more agile, that's a little more mobile.
Yeah, but
I
Benoit
don't think it would
doesn't
work
look
out
that
well
very good as a
now.
ball player, to be honest.
I'm sorry about the barking. It's not my dog. I don't have one, But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like Brighton's attack. Like I see them having a hard time to break into our defense. I think it's a good matchup for us. I think like White's been struggling. I don't think Mopa is someone that he's gonna struggle a lot with. Go ahead, Caio. I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I would say that Brighton is a good matchup because there is truth in saying that Brighton is a good, well-drilled team, but they play expensive football. So it's always hard and dangerous to do that when you don't have the quality to back it up. And of course, they have some really good players, and we just bought one. But it's like for Arsenal, it's very. That's why I said about the 4-1-4-1. I would go with the 4-1-4-1. It's very simple for Arsenal to block spaces and press a little bit higher and block the internal corridors so that they can't reach their three forwards, the ones who make their play work. And then we force high turnovers and we score goals. They will try to build from the back. That's very much in the plate. They will do that. So if we are competent in our pressing, we will create chances through pressing, and we will have chances to score many goals. But we need to block the spaces, and we need to be competent. These are two things that are not guaranteed because we know how Arsenal works. We know that they like to make us suffer. So
Oh yeah.
So that's my thought process. It's not that Brighton doesn't play well. It's just that it's easier for them when they have to play against teams that are not so much into pressing. But
I
since
love
the
how
last Christmas,
I
sorry,
love how you slipped the word processing.
my thought process. This is not my first language. Charlie cannot use that, but this is not my first language. Really, guys, I'm so smart in Portuguese. Really?
Nah, dude, you're very smart in English as well, and thank you for
To be
that.
fair, you're a lot smarter than some people that are in English, to be honest.
Oh yeah, most people.
But resuming, just to finish it off, I think that it's much easier for Brighton when they have to play sides that are not so much into pressing. And since the last Christmas, when Arteta started using Smith Rowe, and we are much better pressing. We had a lot of games where we created a lot of chances using pressing. So it's a standard for teams that aspire to be top four teams. We need to be good at pressing, and it's going to be another challenge tomorrow. I hope we do well, but let's see.
All right, right. It's safe to say you're not as confident as Caio is, Steven. But
No.
we have even though we lost Xhaka, I think they have a lot more absences than we do, right? Like we have a more complete
To be fair,
team.
Xhaka's not really an absence.
Like as of lately, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He'd be a starter in our team. So
To be
yeah,
honest, the Congo, to be honest, I'm being really impressed by him. So
he's
that's
been
why I
good.
say it. It's not actually of anything really against Xhaka. It's just how good the Congo's been.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Fair enough. But other than the possibility of Bisuma and the always dangerous Mopai, he loves scoring against us. Anything else you're worried about?
Mopai's on, yeah, because that's the thing. People saying about Morpie's on form. That's what I'm saying is that
Mm-hmm.
Brighton are not just now defend or organise well. They create the chances they create are now scoring goals, and this is what I've always said with Graham Potter. And what I've banged on about it is that the reason he'd be good at Arsenal is because we've got such an attacking force, and if you give all the chances created to that attacking force, we'd score loads of goals, and we'd outscore teams. So for me, like that's why Bayern are such a threat, and a threat to a lot of teams, not just Arsenal. Like the way Man United have been, I could see Man United easily getting like punished by them, because they've not had it all their own way either. So
They've
like
been inconsistent.
yeah, any inconsistent team can easily get slapped up by Brighton, or even any consistent one, because they can go in there with loads of overconfidence. So you have to treat Bayern with a lot of respect. A lot of
Oh yeah,
respect.
absolutely. And as like both Anthony and Static have pointed out, their aerial game is quite impressive. It's always
But
been
no
really
aerial game's
dangerous.
crap.
Hmm?
Our aerial game's crap. And so they'll use that to their
Exactly. So
advantage. Graham
I
Potter
wouldn't
knows
say
this
it's
thing.
crap, but it's definitely something I'm worried about. Right. Anthony gave us the first prediction here of the game, so I think it segues nice into our predictions. Only two people. Shouldn't take too long. Steven, what's your score prediction for this game?
By the way, don't put a bet on it because I'll do it. 'Cause, that was a one-off.
Fair enough. Fair warning.
People might say I want actually Arsenal to lose this game, so I want to prove that Graham Potter's better than Arteta. But I already know that anyway, even if he does lose. So there you go. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay.
Score a winner. We'll take the
So
lead. It'll end up with a draw, and we'll score a winner.
All right. So you agree with Anthony?
Yeah.
You wanna
But it
take a
could
shot
easily
at
be
who
the other
scores the
way.
goals?
For me, it would be Ubba. Ubba will get one.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he'll get the winner. Because he'll go to 1-0, then 1-1, then 2-1. Then I would see. I think he'll probably play Saka, to be honest. So I think Saka might get one.
All right.
The other one. And then Mopai will get one because he always gets one against us.
It's always
It's either that or it all goes tits up because he does his shit hours a week, you know what I mean? He's done that before with us.
All right. So Static thinks 1-1. Caio, what are your thoughts?
First, I would like to say that I think that Brighton is a good team, but I think that we need to be better, and I trust that we will be better. So I will not underestimate them. I think it will be 2-0 for Arsenal. Goes from Pepe and Aubameyang. It's okay. Pepe and Aubameyang.
Yo, Static, mate.
Hey boys. Steven sent me
Yeah,
the
man.
link, so I hope you don't
How
mind
are
joining
you?
a little bit
Yeah,
late.
man.
I'm good. How
Yeah,
are you
man.
boys?
I'm very glad to finally have you on.
I'm
Yeah,
good,
I know, it's
man.
been a while.
I'm a bit sore, but I'm good, man. That's why I'm not on camera.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way,
Static, you came at a good time. So you said your prediction's 1-1. You
Yeah.
wanna explain your thought process for that? If Caio was done, by the way, I don't know if Caio had finished speaking. I think he had, right? Yeah, okay.
Basically, I know Arsenal have won home and away last season. It's just I still think Brighton they overall they do have a good record against Arsenal at home. I don't know. It's one thing to be. Look, we can all get super excited for winning the derby against Tottenham, but it's just I've seen this happen so many times where Arsenal do so well against Tottenham, and then the next game they put in a very bad performance. Like it's just like, where's that energy? It's just that's why I just can't see
It's
Arsenal
completely
repeating
worthless in the end.
Yeah, I can't see Arsenal repeating the same thing. They do this every year. Every year, it's like, oh yeah, Tottenham,
Yeah.
we beat them, and then next week, we get a draw, we lose the next
The
game.
fans are the same as well. That you've seen it already this week. One game and that's it. Half of them are saying, "Oh, well, they shouldn't have gone Arteta out. It was too soon." And like, and others are just like, you got half of them that's literally flip flopping everywhere they turn. Right? Even good, like credit all YouTubers,
Everywhere,
and they're
yeah.
sitting there and they're flip flopping and. Like, because like they can't over one game, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
You know,
mate, come on.
Everyone's changed their mind about Arteta after 3 games
Like,
now. I'm like,
if you've done it, if it's
oh.
15 games, you got a point. But
Yeah,
like, it's one game against the Spurs that, to be honest, they never really turned up. But there you go.
oh no, they were
Yeah.
terrible as well. We were good,
Just
but they
to
were
be fair,
really
This
bad
is what I
as well.
said.
know-
They need to take my bed space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
but to
you
answer your-
guys, I know Static and Steven know that, but if you're watching, just making it clear that Caio never changed his mind, okay? He
No,
was
I'm
always
not. No,
supportive.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it's not
no.
like the last 3 games changed his
I'm not
mind.
having a
Like
go.
he,
I'm not. No, I haven't got a
to
problem. I haven't
to
got a
answer
problem. No, I don't mind people changing their mind. Like, it's just like if you're constantly doing it after every single performance,
yeah.
like because after 3 games you went Arteta out, then as soon as he puts like a really good performance in, because I don't really count the Norwich and Burnley one to be honest, because we should be beating them, and it weren't really good performances anyway. One good performance against Spurs, and then you just change your mind. It's just it doesn't make sense. So, but I know like that Kaio's always been behind Arteta anyway, so I ain't got a problem with that. I've never got a problem with someone who, if they generally feel with Arteta and they want to be behind them, then fine. But I just disagree with it totally. So
Fair enough. Okay, I'm not gonna spend
Could I just say-
too much. Yeah, go ahead.
could I just say to answer your question, also Brighton, I was watching their game against Crystal Palace in the motorway derby, as they call it.
the
No offense to
M23
any Brighton
motorway,
fans and Crystal Palace fans out there that are listening to
the
this.
M23 derby.
Yeah. Well, well, like I said, just I was watching their game, and it was good that I did, because one thing I've noticed, and people have mentioned this to me, and I had to see it for myself. They'll keep fighting until the very end. So
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if Arsenal score first and then they struggle the entire game, or they just hang on for the 1-goal lead, and then in the last seconds of the game, Brighton will score an equaliser. Because I've seen this happen many times, like in the last few games, from the highlights I've seen, and for watching their game against Crystal Palace a few days ago.
I think it did.
It's gonna be a long day.
The first time we went to the Amex with Arteta, just after, I think it's the second game after the first lockdown.
Yeah.
After Man City, where we were 1-0 up, and they came back and won it 2-1 in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Brighton
Is
have
that
a
the
habit
one
of
with
doing that at home.
with the Guendouzi incident?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna be a little more optimistic than most
Oh,
of
actually,
you.
I don't call it Guendouzi incident. I call it Marnie incident.
I'm
got the same head,
gonna
though.
I'm gonna go with a 3-1. I think we're gonna do a repeat. I think Dunk's gonna be the one scoring against us, because I think we're finally gonna be able to deal with Mopai. But yeah, I think we're gonna win that semi easily, because I think it's just a good matchup. But they have been playing really well. Static, that was actually the last topic, but I want to get you guys your thoughts on some of the other topics we touched upon, just because you got here pretty late. Mainly this one, actually.
I left you
Who was
comments,
your-
but I'm happy to repeat it again.
Oh, did you vote Tomiyasu? Yeah, you did say
Yeah,
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with him.
See,
I'm not
me-
getting carried
me and
away
Static
like
on the
everyone
same
else, but yeah.
wavelength.
Yeah. But okay, are there other shouts that you feel like we didn't touch on?
Congo.
Nah, he didn't play enough.
Are you talking about players of the month or something else?
Player of the month. Actually, who was
Ramsdale
your,
as well.
like,
Ramsdale did very well too.
yeah. Who's your worst player of the month? Because that's something we spoke about as well.
That's a good one. Xhaka is the only thing I can think of, but
We said Ben White.
It's hard to say because we won 3 consecutive games. It's not really,
Yeah.
it's not like anyone had a Ben White. Ben White hasn't been. He's been a little bit shaky the last.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Arsenal's won 3 consecutive games, but I know he just those performances. He's being a little bit shaky. So yeah, I have to go with Ben White.
All right. Awesome. I mean, that's not a good way to finish the show. Like, I didn't want to the last thing to be the worst performance of last
Like I
month.
said,
But
just to be clear, he's being okay. It's just there
yeah,
were times he was being. He made me look
against
nervous.
Burnley, he was shocking me. Like, he could have cost us the game there easily, but he's been
Yeah.
all right. He's been all right.
Yeah,
Gabriel's
that's
been the best. He's been the best of that partnership.
Yeah, of course you'd say that. He's your player, then, Masmale.
G-Mag, I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan
I
of his.
like that G-Mac.
G-Mag, yeah, no, but I agree with Caillou though. My player of the month is Partey as well. But I think Partey, Ramsdale, and Tomiyasu. Like, if you say one of the three, you're not wrong. Like, it's just like there's fair arguments for all three of
Partey's
them.
been good.
Yeah. Right, guys. That's I'm finally gonna pull it off. We're within the hour. All right.
Mm.
I'm
I
gonna
got a
give
question
all of you the room.
for Cal. Is it Cal? How do I pronounce it? Sorry,
Caillou.
Kyle. Nice. It's
Yeah.
nice to meet you. How do you pronounce?
Thanks, man.
How do you pronounce Tavares? Is it Tavares? Nuno Tavares.
Tavares.
Are you sure? Oh,
See,
I've
I
been
told you I was
saying
right.
Tavares for some
We're
weird reason.
Brazilian. We're not Portuguese, so like they pronounce it a little
Yeah,
differently.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They say
So
Nuno Tavares.
it's
Yeah. I was
Tavares,
just curious.
yes, Nuno Tavares.
Tavares.
I thought so. Thank you.
It's like Nuno Espirito Santo is like Nuno Espirito Santo.
Yeah.
Espirito Santo.
By the way, guys, I want to tell you why Caillou
Thank you.
became an
Appreciate
Arsenal fan. You know what his mom says to him when he does something naughty? Boo, Caillou.
No, please.
All right. Well,
I have to.
my man.
Yeah.
If you have
I just
any
wanna say
final
it's-
thoughts, please shout them out. But just tell us your Twitter handle, like where people can find you, all of that.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. People can find me at AFC_FOCO. And let's get them tomorrow.
All right. Static, man. I hope it's the first of many.
Yes, me too.
All right, man. All right. Any final
Yeah,
thoughts?
you can. Well, first of all, you can find me on Instagram. It's static__5. Go Arsenal, please win tomorrow, please.
All right, Steven, man. I'm so happy you're back home. What are your final thoughts, and where would you want to shout out? Steven? Okay, well, find him on at Asfeedly TV. It's properly one of my favorite channels. They do beautiful things in there. He's got a donation page as well where you can help kids with liver disease. So it's just awesome. If you want to see me bald when it reaches 2,000 pounds, I'm gonna shave my hair live on his channel. So yeah, just follow him on
Wow.
Twitter, on Instagram, support him however you can. He's a great guy, does great content, Arsenal F1, everything.
Awesome.
So, all right, guys, that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's hope for a good performance tomorrow, so that next week it's another positive stream, right? Okay, guys, let me find the brand here. Where is it? The outro. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Ciao.
Bye.